back on too, Pete, after that correction to his nose.
By Brett Allen to bounce the ball to start the second term. The difference is 2 points. Footscray into the breeze in this quarter. As Dipper said at quarter time, it has sprung up a little bit. Allen, who was brilliant in the first quarter, so too was Scotty Waters. Awkward kick off the boot, but that's a good mark. Taken at half forward by Miller, who was also pretty good in the first quarter. 4 and 2 he's had so far, Peter Miller, and has certainly made his presence felt. Should be able to get the distance from here, you would reckon. Right on 50. Good long drop punt. Oh, what a ripper. That's a goal. Docker's back in front. His second.
Don't sound so surprised, Peter.
Did I sound surprised?
Oh, it was a terrific kick, wasn't it?
It was a great kick. In fact, he got the ball because he was prepared to be in front. Even with the breeze, some players tend to think they can play a bit behind, but Benny Allen read the tap from the big Spider Burton, the centre, beautifully, and just cleared the ball. And Pete said it was a bit of a wobbly kick, but if you're in front, you get the chance, don't you?
My word, you've got every possible chance. And the Fremantle side getting the good start to the second term that they were looking for. Grigic, Liberatore has a little bit of an argument there with Kellett. Now it's Collinugh rather. He's kicked to half forward. Good mark. Well done, Hargraves. Handball on. That's what Footscray got to do into the breeze. Liberatore to full forward. Footscray mark taken by Osborne, and that is exactly the way the Bulldogs play this ground. They get the ball out of the centre, a couple of little hand passes, move it quickly, and give the forward a chance. Richard Osborne, he's kicked one. Could possibly miss this, could he?
Pretty simple game you go to, Rick Robbo.
Oh, Ross, wish more people would say that. Strategies and God knows what, but get the football and get it down there, and Osborne gets the goal. So Richard Osborne has kicked his second goal for the Bulldogs, and Footscray reached back the lead, albeit by just 2 behinds. 5-5 to 5-3.
Yes, as always said, it's a simple game, but it's always been that way. If you get the ball, use the least number of times to get it forward. Give your forwards a chance. Libber straight down the centre. It was a terrific mark by Osborne because he had to go with the flight of the footy. Had Chisholm coming from the back. Took it well.
Liberatore instrumental in the goal.
Good battle between these two beanstalk ruckmen, Burton and Grigic.
It is a good battle. Spider, of course, went off halfway through the first quarter. Flipped up again. Allen a chance, overruns it. Liberatore dragged off the football, jarred free. Kick off the ground by Norrish. Out wide towards the boundary line. Mildenhall and West. Miller. Wills. Grigic meets him solidly. Smith. As I said, their best offender in the first quarter. Stanfield back onto the ground after leaving the ground with a blood problem. Leach was the flyer from behind. West. Liberatore. How was he off the ground at the start of the match? Kick it. Gets back the better. Looks for teammates. Hand pass smothered. Johnson. Ramiro right on 50 against the breeze. Oh, Lane took a flyer against him. Might be 50. Ball was kicked away.
Yeah, it's a bit tough if they did, mate, but it won't be paid. 4 on the back, as you said.
And he put his hand on the shoulder during the marking contest. Oh, nothing wrong with that one. Burton a mile off the ground. Leach from left centre wing. Shepherd applied by Waters. Still he goes, Leach. He's got plenty to burn too.
Too far.
He's gone too far. He's pinged. He had the pace. He just ran a little bit too far.
He didn't look all that surprised when the whistle blew either. Footscray aren't handling this ball at all.
West. Grigic, you'll have to move, son, and he does.
He's a good player.
Liberatore on his own. Go! Caught. Great tackle from Mildenhall. He's been brilliant, Ben Allen. A little bit too slow there to get rid of it. Chisholm.
There's another one, Ross. He's going to get this one, I think.
Oh, no, he's not.
Well,
how can you push a bloke in the back and not get played a free kick against? It's amazing.
It's going to be a bounce on the outer side, 65 metres from the Footscray goal.
Well, I think both sides making mistakes that look so simple, but conditions can be a little awkward here at the Western Oval. This is Liberatore, tapped down by Grigic. Good kick. Oh, great effort, but he might be in a bit of trouble, is he? Let's hope he gets up from this. Gee whiz, had eyes on the ball. Is it Ramiro? Running into, I think, Steve Wallace. Bang, Chris Grant, Richard Osborne. It's not Steve Wallace, but I think the player down is...
Ramiro?
maybe Jose Ramiro.
Johnson, I think it is.
It's
You're
Johnson,
right,
yes,
yes.
Peter, and he showed a lot of courage to run with the flight of the ball. Trainers checking, and obviously, but he's a tough little customer. I've heard his name mentioned in dispatches, Ross, as a possible State of Origin player, Brad Johnson.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's shown a lot in his limited number of games, and he's only played 9 in 94. Shown a lot in those games, as you said. That's terribly courageous.
Well, he looks okay, and plenty of trainers around to check on his condition. He'll go for goal. It'll be a good kick to score a goal. Brad Johnson tries to keep it low, too low, and the mark taken by Big Burton right on the goal line.
Spider Burton. And a Chisholm. Around Osborne. Back to O'Reilly. Well, that's 3 or 4 positions and they've gone nowhere. Hargroves over the top. West. Little flip on. Mildenhall. He's been pretty good. First game. Spiral punt kick off that left foot. Burrows beaten for it. Watts goes through. Might get a second chance. No, Cameron. Ubiquitously on Cameron to centre wing. Mildenhall again.
Bit of pace. Well, he's won a Sandover medal, Pete, in Perth. He can play.
Quite obviously. From right centre wing now to put the Dockers into attack. Cameron over Waters, who had 8 possessions in the first quarter. Waters still trying to get clear. Cameron grabbed low, was he? Liberatore. The hand pass to Ramiro. Oh, great tackle by Edwards. Ball jarred free. Still a chance for Footscray. Costa's kick up towards centre wing. And Burton with height to burn knocks it over the boundary line for a throw. Mildenhall goes back to his position, or is he going to come off?
He's coming off, yes, and Sean McManus will be the player to come on for his first run in AFL.
McManus replacing Delaney in the selected side. Liberatore flips it out in front. Cameron from a standing start slews off the side of the boot. Free kick is going to be taken to McManus. He's just come onto the ground. His first touch in the AFL will be a free.
Nice way to get one, isn't it?
It is. Get your hands on the footy early, and that's just what he's doing. McManus from right centre wing.
Kicks long down towards half forward, approaching the 50-metre line. Good mark, Grigich. Pushing the back. Well, the umpire was in a pretty good position.
The umpire, David Howley's pretty experienced.
Grigich not arguing at all as Burton goes towards full forward. 50 metres against Grigich. Well, that should nearly put Burton on the goal line. It's outside 50, so the angle should still remain.
Yeah, Ridley finished up with the footy, but he's going to have to give it back to Big Spider. You'll see this again. Here's the push initially. Burton pushing back.
Mention that.
From this angle, no.
And Big Ilya obviously wasn't all that happy. Encroached on the mark, and 50-metre penalty applied. Burton from nearly in the square kicks for goal and has put it through for a Fremantle goal.
Just.
It was close, wasn't it, Pete?
Yeah.
In fact, I thought he'd missed it from here.
6-3 plays 5-5. 15 minutes left in the second term.
Well, Grigich from this angle seemed to have his eye on the ball, and he went for that grab, but the umpire, David Howlett, said that he infringed in the back of Burton, and then he ran across the mark, gave away the 50, and goal results.
Back to the centre. David Howlett, of course, responsible for one of the more controversial 15-metre penalties years ago, that Melbourne Hawthorn preliminary final against the Demons. It gave it to Bucky, remember?
Yes.
This is McManus.
You did.
I think all Melbourne and Hawthorn supporters will remember it. Spider Burton doing well despite the flu. Costa, hand pass to Sutton, seemed to be asleep. Waters, he's been brilliant so far, Scotty Waters. 10 possessions already. Croft underneath it. Wills might get another chance. Wardell Johnson, dangerous near goal. Oh, perfect pass delivered to Norrish, who started on the bench, and Norrish, with the breeze at his back, has a chance at his first goal.
Yeah, foot skills of Lee Wardell Johnson are very good. The player to step up to this grade at 25 years of age and giving up a career as a metallurgist. He's done very well. Good vision there.
Played well against Geelong. Kick at goal by Norrish is off target. Might be a behind. Right on the goal umpire for this one it is. So Norwish's first score of the day is a minor one. 40 plays 35 in favour of Fremantle, and 14 minutes left in the half. Leon Cameron again to kick in.
Well, the multiple goal scorers, Richard Osman has kicked 2 for Footscray and Andrew Wills has kicked 2 for the Dockers. But still, the fullbacks hang on to the ball until the umpire warns them. Cameron kicks into the right half back. That could have been deemed as another push there. But it's given the all clear this time. Grigic gets it to West. West over the top. Rowan Smith doesn't mind carrying the ball before he gives it off. Left foot kicking towards the centre of the ground. That could have been deemed as a push. No sirree. Watts leaves it behind. There's a chance for the Dockers to go forward. Kick it. Gets it back to Edwards. The kick across the half-forward line. Wardell Johnson. Little kick by that player. Too short. Liberatore. Ben Allen gets it back. Chisholm. Is there a little bit of confusion? No. He keeps his footing. Handball away to Norwich. Norwich from the edge of the square goes towards the goal. Wills punched away there by Croft to the safety of the boundary line.
There's Andrew Wills there trying to take a chest mark. He should have gone forward and put his hands up and trying to take it overhead. Just allowed Croft a chance to get in and punch the ball away.
Right forward pocket for the Dockers. Mann and Stanfield. Mann does well. Attempted kick off the ground by Wills. Footscray defence working very hard deep in their full-back area. This is Watts. Watts from the back pocket kicks it out towards the half-back flank area. Grigic, good mark in front of Burton. Just looks a little too physical there for Burton. Big Ilya Grigic goes for the hand pass, then decides to kick in towards the centre of the ground. Hargraves. Free kick though will go to Collingwood.
Collingwood at left centre wing, taken out of the marking contest. Kicks towards left half forward, and it's a good mark taken by Costa. Maybe too far out to score against the breeze. Osborne in front. Ball paddled to the back. Parker. Ben Allen. Lane comes at him.
Good kick.
Allen's kick up towards Big Spider Burton. Away he goes. McManus. His second touch. First was a free kick. He'll get around West. Nice balk. Not too much on offer for him, so decides to go long. Kicks it straight to Danny Southern. Mark, free kick, whatever. Croft around Ridley. Kicks it back to the centre wing. These two giants again. Oh, Ilya. West. Not a great kick. Into space. Scotty Waters. Not Waters, it's Ben Allen. Kicks into the man on the mark standing in front of him. It's all tied up and it's going to be a bounce. Almost on the boundary line. About 65 metres from the Footscray goal. 11 and a half minutes left in the half.
Brad Johnson coming off again, Pete, and Nigel Kellett to come back on.
Johnson got that heavy knock, of course. Burton from his skipper. This is Parker. Or Miller, rather. And Grigic. Having a bit of a purple patch in the second quarter, apart from giving away the 50 metres. And the man that's just come onto the ground, Kellett, gives it away to Watts, who's also covering plenty of territory. Osborne had made the lead, has to get back quickly. Grant is in there as well, and the Fremantle defence through the agency over Riley, able to take it over the line. 5-5 to 6-4 at the Western Oval. Good game of football. Breeze, we thought was going to be about a 4 or 5 goal job. Hasn't turned out that way. They are scoring at both ends. Burton and Grigic. One by Freo. Ooh, Kickett or Chisholm in there. Tried to go off the ground. It's Kickett. Didn't succeed. And Ramiro hands the ball back to the umpire. So a bounce. Only 20 metres from goal. Same to Ruckman. Hargraves tried to pinch it. Liberatore! Hit the post!
Gee, it was a good effort.
Great effort by Libber. Register's only one behind.
He's a lively little customer, isn't he, Tony Liberatore?
His first score of the day. The multi-medalist, we call him. Morris, Gardner and Brownlow, as well as the best and fairest here.
Kick in, and the mark has been taken by Miller. He looks to play on. Kickett's on his own. Oh, good effort. West, play on, says the umpire. West comes away with the ball. Ramiro, get it onto your boot quickly. He does. Into the forward pocket here, off the foot of Chisholm. And is it off his hands or his feet? Well, the boundary umpire says off his feet, so the free kick will go to Grant. What did you think, Ross? It was pretty close, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked to me off his foot, but then Chisholm, whether he's just trying to be clever there, which was a clever move to say it was off his arm.
Well, Chris Grant, this is nearly an impossible kick. Runs around onto his left foot, kicks across the face. Hargraves couldn't take the mark. Leaving it behind was Osborne. The Dockers defence, that hand pass a bit too fierce. Chance for Parker to get clear. He runs outside 50, kicks it short. Burrows and Southern. And it goes over for a throw-in. Burton going off. And we'll see there again. And it just may have hit him between the knee and the ankle.
Is that the shin?
Approximately that area. Grigic, Burrows, tackled by Grigic. Ball spills for Liberatore. I don't think anyone can hang on to Tony Liberatore. Towards full forward, good mark taken by O'Reilly. A little bit too strong there for Chris Grant.
Good battle, that one. Grant's taken a couple of good marks. Chisholm.
Norwich is off Pete and McGovern back on.
He plays on, man. Ooh, collides with West and also McManus. Tried to get the hand pass. Stanfield, well done, yes, to Smith. I've said a couple of times, defending Grantley, you'll need to be good here, and he is. He's got pace, he's got skills. Osborne in front, has it punched well clear. Kellett. Now a chance for a Footscray goal. Collinyuk, he's kicked it, has he? All clear. Steve Collinyuk's first goal. Footscray 6-6 back in front by 2 points from Fremantle 6-4.
Yes, I think you're suggesting there to Scotty Chisholm that that's how you do it, but it's great work by Kellett just to attack that ball into the congestion there. And Steve Collinyuk, that's what he's there for.
Well, still 10 minutes left in this term. Footscray a chance to go clear from the centre, bounce through Cameron. Cameron's kick is wide, but nicely weighted in the finish because it was difficult for Leach to make up ground on Lane there. Lane's kick towards half forward. Ramiro, ball comes to the ground. Taken away there for the Fremantle side by Jones. Now Leach gets back into the action again. Leach's kick into the centre. The mark should be taken by Edwards. It is. He runs on, awkward kicking style, but he does well towards the full forward area, and the mark is taken by Hutton.
It's important he settles here, Robbo, and just kicks the goal.
Down the ground quickly, the Dockers.
Lead has changed 4 times this quarter, Robbo.
Well, it's been a titanic struggle for most of the first half. The Dockers got 4 goals against the Breeze, and Hutton can give them back the lead. He's usually a pretty good kick that goes away with the Breeze, but it may have sneaked through. No, it's a point. Hutton kicks his second behind. Poker face goal umpire and a poker face Gerard Neesham. 1 point the margin for the Bulldogs. Leon Cameron covers some territory, plays on the wing and does all the kicking in. Goes into the right back pocket. The mark is taken by Steve Wallace.
Yes, it's an unusual one, isn't it? But he kicks in well. Obviously a ploy that's working for Alan Joyce. West, when they got beaten, annihilated by Carlton, he was their best player, I thought. Costa, he certainly gave them something that day. From midfield. West kick to Osborne. Another blonde. Grant does well. Excellent hand pass. He could make it 2, Collinyuk. Goes at goal. It bends back. Great kick.
Best play of the day so far.
2 goals to Collinyuk. And Footscray brought that from one end of the ground to the other. 7-6 to 6-5.
It's good play by Grant too. Good pace as Southern comes off and Crediot comes back on again. And Collinyuk proving elusive. The pace here of Grant getting away from Chisholm and just turning there. Sets up Collinyuk. Good pace, steadies. Those were they on this ground.
Well, the ball carrier, Scotty West from half back, was very much in the action as the umpire restarts play at the centre. Grigic gets it down to Ramiro, throws it onto his right foot. Mark taken by Kickett. Controlled that pretty well. Dale Kickett. He's on the defensive end of the square and he runs away. Kicks it high in towards half forward. Punched away. The ball rebounds for Costa. Gets his fist to it, so fairly gets rid of it. Stanfield, high. Cameron. Ball sits at his feet. Little kick was all right. Important. Costa Wider still for Kolonyuk. Kolonyuk back onto the right foot and then bombs away. Sit under this one and finish into Royal Melbourne. But no, Scott Chisholm does it. He marks it at right half back. Short kick. Okay. No. Dropped there by Edwards. Throws it onto his left foot. The ball spills for Miller. Miller tackled. Hand pass. Okay. Rowan Smith. He gets good penetration with his right foot. This is a good kick towards half forward. Oh, the high flyer was Lane. Kellett's got the ball. Handball back. Liberatore spills it. But they can't grab hold of him. Tony Liberatore to the full forward area. And the mark is taken by Osborne. And he must be the hardest man in football to tackle, Liberatore.
He tried to get him by the legs and he just kept going.
The centre of gravity must be below ground level. That's impossible, but it has to be.
Can you explain that, please?
Osborne from 30 metres. Difficult shot. And he kicks it behind. Important kick in the context of the game. Goals are fairly hard to come by. 7-7 Bulldogs, 6-5 Fremantle. And we've still got a few minutes left in this second term as Scott Chisholm kicks in short and the mark is taken by Kickett.
Kickett at half back. 5.5 minutes left in the half.
Good kick.
Well-weighted kick. Man. The more experienced campaigners. Hutton, good mark.
Almost the same spot as his last kick, Pete.
Yes, I wonder if he's learnt by that, like golfers do on somebody else's putt.
He's just a shade more to the left, I think, than the previous kick, and he'll be right.
A bit more borrow, Ross.
A bit more borrow.
If you're a player like John Hutton Ross and you don't get many touches, you really have to convert these opportunities.
And if you don't get too many in the first quarter, taking a couple of grabs in the second, oh, he's allowed for that one.
There you go.
Beautifully done. That's a goal. Greeted by silence. So John Hutton has kicked 1 goal, 2 now. And again, the difference at the Western Oval was only 2 points, 49-47.
And again, the advantage of playing direct footy straight from the kick out. Kickett marked it, then get down to Man with about a 50-metre kick, and then Man with another 45 job. Finishes the Hutton, so 3 kicks and it's a goal.
Bit of a mongrel punt kick too, wasn't it, in the finish? But he
Stephen Kernahan kick.
He did guide it nicely through for a goal. Important centre break here. Ramiro, his kick smothered off the boot. Still a chance. Now the opportunity with McGovern. Gives away a little bit of ground. Kick forward by O'Reilly towards half forward. Oh, that's a top effort there by Peter Mann. It's been paid. Footscray supporters not happy. Now, if Peter Mann can get onto this, he can nearly kick a goal. Goes short. Will's a good mark. No, it's Ridley rather. Leading out and marking in front of his face.
It was a good mark, wasn't it? It stuck.
So Peter Mann doing well at centre half forward for the Dockers.
Yeah, good grab too. Ridley had problems pre-season with a dislocated shoulder. It's a good effort.
Well, again, we saw the previous shot at goal by John Hutton. So if Ridley can take a leaf out of his book,
similar spot.
Surely he should be able to kick a goal from here. If he does, it'll put Fremantle back in front. Ridley runs straight towards goal. It's a lovely kick by Todd Ridley. And he kicks his second goal. Well, there are a few Fremantle supporters out here. Not many. A few hand claps and cheers there, and you can see them appreciative there of Todd Ridley's efforts. He kicks his second. And the Dockers get the lead back by 4 points.
Yes, well, Footscray have actually done reasonably well in this term just to restrict the Dockers. It could have been a few more goals they would have scored, but Footscray have worked well into the breeze. They've just got to hold the Dockers now and don't let them get another goal before the half-time break.
5 lead changes in this quarter alone. Burrows gets it down to Waters, kick smothered. Opportunity for Edwards, tries to paddle the ball in front of him, giving him backup support as Chisholm. He's going backwards. Finally gets it away to McGovern on centre wing. Brushes one tackle, past another player, kicks towards midfield, and Waters, who's been terrific today, onto Burrows. McManus on his own. Kick number 3. Will it be his first goal? No one comes at him. Kicks straight and puts it through. So Sean McManus, a late inclusion in the side for Tony Delaney, gets his first AFL goal, and the Dockers stretch their lead to 10 points.
And Peter was out there on his own for what seemed like 5 minutes. No one within QE. Here's the kick from Burrows. He could have taken 2 bounces and still there wouldn't have been anyone within 15 metres. No one prepared to run at him. Not good defensive play by the Bulldogs.
Well, Footscray had the lead, but Fremantle have kicked 3 goals in 3 minutes just before half-time, and very important. Footscray get a free kick here. Liberatore, the recipient, right in the centre of the ground. Dockers lead by 10 points. Liberatore's kick. Good effort there by Leach, taken by Lane. Lane goes for goal. Back goes Chisholm. Defends Grandley. In the square, runs away from that area and kicks wide. Out in the Grigich direction. Big Ilya up in front, couldn't take the mark, but a vital little tap there. Ramiro gets it back again. Over the top, you're in trouble, Tony. The tackle has been applied by the Dockers captain, Ben Allen, and the umpire deems that everything was all clear. Can't get the ball away from that congestion, so he will bounce. There's the umpires officiating in this game. Ball spills back towards the centre. West didn't really have control of the football and was grabbed onto by the jumper. So Scotty West has the free kick. He's on centre wing and he kicks towards half forward. Oh, top mark. Great mark taken by O'Reilly.
Great grab, wasn't it?
Yes. Kicks wide. Taken by McManus. McManus is at half back. Kicks down the wing. And the chest mark taken by Mann. And Stanfield pushed him in the back as he went into that mark. Could have nearly been deemed as a penalty. Nothing doing from the umpire. Peter Mann plays on, tries to get the torpedo punt kick moving. Punched away. Wills runs into trouble, gets the handball away. Taken by Miller. Gives away a bit of ground. Back to Ben Allen. Player loose. Wills. And he's marked at half forward.
Yeah, it's a mark.
Well, it looked all clear, didn't it, from our vantage point anyway. He's kicked 2 goals, Andrew Wills, so he's been a contributor.
2-1, and he had a hand in another goal early too.
Yes, some quick hands there by the Dockers players, just allow them to get out of trouble. And the kick from Ben Allen, he certainly held that, only came out as it hit the ground.
Again, employed as a goal kicker, so he must convert this opportunity. Wills goes for goal. The ball drifts away with a breeze. Just one behind registered for Fremantle. 2 goals, 2 now to Andrew Wills as we have another look, Roscoe, at his mark.
Yeah, it was a good mark. Kick from Allen just set up a bit too much, but in the end, Wills was good enough to get the cherry.
58 seconds before half-time. Number 16, Croft, calling for it on the boundary line. Cameron runs in his direction. Goes over his head. Hutton goes for the boundary line. Succeeds in knocking it out there. Almost could have gone for the mark. He trots back to his position, and it will be a throw-in. Dockers hitting a purple patch, 3 goals in 3 minutes, as Robbo mentioned. Burrows, Grigich, Liberatore, ball jarred free in the tackle. Came from McGovern. Cameron, great skills. 93 best and fairest here at Footscray. Hargraves the mark, short of half forward. Can the Doggies get one before the break? Need to be a mark here. Osborne on the lead and marks. So a vital kick in the context of the quarter and the game. Seconds remaining before half-time. Osborne for his 3rd. It's going to be a difficult one because he's against this breeze, which is not as strong as it was, but he's 45 metres out. He's missed it, missed everything. Now, Kellett, he's got speed, he'll need to kick it. Costa running away from goal. The snapshot is there. It won't be a score, and off the hands, it might be a rush behind. Have to wait on the goal umpire. Nothing. No score.
No, they played it a point.
Did they?
He's given it as a point, Pete.
They did, okay.
Yes.
He's waving the flag for 1 behind. We'll put it down as a rush behind to Footscray. And so at half-time, they will trail. The Dockers score will be 9-6, and Footscray coming up to 7-8 at the change, a difference of 10 points.